Welcome back to MH Science.
In this video, we will explore nuclear energy. When we talk about nuclear energy, most people think of nuclear bombs. However, nuclear energy is also used to generate electricity in power plants. Both bombs and power plants rely on the same concept of nuclear reactions, but how do we control the nuclear reactions in power plants to prevent them from becoming bombs?
Let's find out. First, let's understand how a power plant generates electricity. To grasp this, let's do some reverse engineering. Electricity is generated when electrons move through a conductor.
According to Faraday's law, a changing magnetic field induces an electric current in the conductor. This principle is used in power plant generators, where coils are rotated within a magnetic field to generate electricity.
This will generate alternating current to the power grid. Now, how do we rotate the generator continuously? In hydroelectric plants, we use water flow with turbines. Wind turbines utilize wind as their energy source.
But most power plants use high-pressure steam turbines.
To produce steam, we need to boil water. Various sources can provide the necessary heat,
such as coal,
natural gas, or nuclear reactions.
The high-pressure steam rotates the turbine, which then drives the generator. The steam flows to a condenser, where river or sea water is used to cool it down. The steam condenses back into water and is pumped back to the boiler.
And this cycle keeps continuing. Let's focus on how nuclear reactions produce heat. The common fuel used is uranium oxide, which is shaped into pellets.
These pellets are stacked in a rod. The rod is typically made of aluminum, stainless steel, or zirconium. This rod is called fuel rod. These rods are bundled together in the reactor core.
In the reactor, coolant is filled surrounding the core.
Now, let's zoom in on the uranium-235 nucleus.
The fuel contains uranium-235, a fissile material capable of undergoing fission reactions. Nuclear fission is the process where the nucleus of an atom splits into two or more smaller nuclei.
Uranium-235 has 143 neutrons and 92 protons, giving it a mass number of 235.
To start the fission, polonium and beryllium are usually used to emit neutrons. The neutron, known as low-energy neutron, or thermal neutron, is absorbed by the uranium-235 nucleus. The nucleus becomes unstable and splits into two smaller nuclei, barium and krypton. Apart from that, it releases 3 neutrons and energy. This energy is in the form of heat.
The equation for this fission process shows that the total mass number and proton number before and after fission are balanced. The 3 neutrons released can collide with other uranium nuclei, causing them to split and release more neutrons and energy.
This creates an exponential chain reaction.
The heat released from fission is used to heat a coolant, often heavy water, which also acts as a moderator. Now, let's see what the function of the moderator is. The high probability of uranium-235 fission occurs only when the nucleus absorbs a low-energy neutron.
The problem is that neutrons emitted by fission are high energy or fast neutrons.
Since the 3 neutrons released are high energy, they may not cause further fission.
In the result, the chain reaction is stopped. That is why we use heavy water or a moderator in the coolant. Heavy water contains deuterium oxide. Now let's start the fission process once again. As you can see, the three high-energy neutrons collide with deuterium oxide molecules, lose their energy, and become low-energy neutrons. As a result, the chain reaction can continue. But, if we let the chain reaction continue uncontrolled, it could result in a nuclear explosion. To control the nuclear reaction and prevent it from becoming a bomb, control rods are used. These rods, made of materials such as boron or cadmium, can be moved up or down within the reactor. To start the reaction, the control rods are not inserted into the reactor. Thus, the fuel rods continue the chain reaction. To stop or reduce the rate of the reaction, control rods are inserted into the reactor. Boron and cadmium are excellent neutron absorbers. Inserting the control rods fully absorbs the neutrons released by the fission reaction, reducing or stopping the chain reaction and slowing down the heat production. Now we know how the nuclear reactor produces and controls heat. The heated coolant is pumped to a heat exchanger, where it boils water to produce steam, which then rotates the turbine. The coolant is then returned to the reactor. A pressurizer maintains the coolant pressure to prevent the coolant boiling. Importantly, the coolant and steam water do not mix. The reactor is encased in thick concrete walls to protect people from radioactive emissions. So, that's how nuclear reactions are used to produce electricity. Nuclear power plants are considered cleaner compared to other types of power plants like those burning coal or natural gas because they do not emit carbon dioxide from combustion. Additionally, uranium-235 fuel can last for 18 to 24 months before needing replacement, making it highly efficient in terms of material resources. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.